Howdy friends, and welcome back to Toy Box Nostalgia. I'm Douglas, and in this video we are going to be unboxing and reviewing and taking a very close look at the absolute brand new 2024 Mattel He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Cartoon Collection SPIKOR! That's right, my friends, finally got my hands on a SPIKOR. I can't find this anywhere in retail, although I did see it show up in the Walmart app. They said they had 9 remaining, but that was after I purchased this. I got this on eBay pretty darn close to retail price, plus shipping, obviously. And yeah, I'm just very excited to have this because this action figure looks absolutely fantastic. Like, it just straight up jumped out of the cartoon. I honestly, when I'm looking at it, can hear his stupid voice and some of the stupid stuff he was saying in the cartoon. Speaking of which, he was kind of another bumbling idiot, you know, like one of those evil warriors of Snake Mountain that was just kind of dopey. He thought that he was very, very strong. He did sport a trident on his arm, which this does come with as an accessory. I think just maybe a couple times in the show, but I don't think he ever fought with it. Like, he never used it in combat that I'm aware of. Anyways, I think that this SPIKOR just looks phenomenal. Wait until you see this. I can't wait to get this out of the package. Super cool. If you're new to Toy Box Nostalgia, you'd love to see more content like this show up into your YouTube newsfeed, please don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. It truly helps out the channel. And thank you so much to my subscribers. It truly, from the bottom of my heart, means a lot to me. If you enjoyed the content of this video, if you're just a fan of He-Man the Masters of the Universe from the Filmation series, or if you're a fan of He-Man the Masters of the Universe Cartoon Collection action figures, or if you just like Toy Box Nostalgia, give me a thumbs up. I love you so much forever for it. And please drop a comment below. Let's kick off the conversation about this Filmation style SPIKOR, because this looks nuts. This looks amazing. I just kind of wish they were more readily available. I don't know what Mattel's doing lately. I don't know what's going on. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. Give me about 10 seconds to set up the lighting and everything in here, and I'm going to catch you after this quick break. Here he is, my friends. Take a look at this SPIKOR from He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Cartoon Collection by Mattel. Honestly, this is one of the best looking, as far as accuracy goes at least, action figures that I've seen to date from the Cartoon Collection. Everything about this seems flawless to me. Taking a look at it through the packaging, it doesn't look like that armor is removable. Like, it's kind of flush with his belt. So we'll take a look at that in a second. First, let's take a look at this beautiful packaging. That's right, my friends. We have the He-Man, the Masters of the Universe, in super high gloss. Everything else is a semi-gloss. Up here says 80s Adventures, SPIKOR, Untouchable Master of Evil Combat. Super cool. I've never seen this before. This seems new to me. There's a warning and a choking hazard here. Could be from some of the game pieces that he comes with. They're rather small. Down here we have that nice crystal clear Cartoon Collection sticker right there on the bubble. We have this absolutely beautiful Club Grayskull looking Castle Grayskull painting in the background. It looks super spooky and super cool. Look at that right there. Look at the teeth from the jaw bridge. Looks very awesome. And then we have SPIKOR here in this massive clear bubble. Very cool. We do in fact get a comic book, and we can see it comes with 3 accessories. 2 game pieces, it looks like, and his trident that connects with a Masters of the Universe origin style connector for the hand, like in the wrist. Flipping over to the back, take a look at this beautiful picture right here. This is awesome. This comes from the episode The Games. I haven't seen this episode as of recently. I know it does in fact exist here on YouTube if you'd like to check it out. But apparently I'm pretty sure there were aliens that came down to Eternia, and they said they wanted to see who was better, evil or good. And they pitted them against each other in these games. And then this, as you see right here, is one of the game pieces right here. And they wore these wristwatches that had arrows on them. I guess they were kind of like, not really a GPS tracker. Maybe it was GPS tracking the actual person wearing the wristwatch. But it had a little arrow on it and just kind of kept pointing in the direction of where the game pieces were. And, you know, essentially it started off as Fisto versus SPIKOR, and then Fisto dropped out because he like almost died because Skeletor was cheating. Now I remember. Skeletor was cheating, and he was like shooting some sort of weight beam or mass beam against something that Fisto was holding, making it extremely heavy. So Fisto was about to fall, but He-Man jumped in and took his place. And yeah, even though, you know, obviously the bad guys cheated because they're evil, the heroic warriors, or I'm sorry, good actually won in the end. So that's super cool. So I'm just going to zoom in right here, modernizing and celebrating the original 1980s He-Man the Masters of the Universe animated series from Filmation. Cartoon Collection, we have our cross sale right there. We now have opened all of these. This is the only one that we're doing right now is that we hadn't. So check it out over here on the left. We have 2 action shots, includes a red game piece. There's a red one and there's also a yellow one. And they were worth different points. Because the evil warriors were cheating so much, I remember Spikor got really close to getting 2,000 points, and all He-Man had to do was get one of the game pieces, I believe it was a red one, was worth 2,000 points. I don't know. Again, check out the episode if you really want to see it. I recommend it. This Filmation stuff's kind of funny, and Spikor's voice, I remember, was very weird in the cartoon. Twist into powerful battle positions, then we have blah, 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 right? Down here, Mattel empowering generations through play. I love that. Can't get enough of that. Here's the barcode in case you need it. Okay, let's just tear right open. Okay, so here's everything you get in the package and the package itself. Taking a look at the package bubble now, we can see that's like typical Masters of the Universe Origins with that nice little inverted bubble right there to hold the action figure in place. Very retro looking. I love this. I think it's super cool. Again, I love that they reuse the Club Grayskull type of art for Castle Grayskull because, you know, this is cool. This is kind of like Club Grayskull, right? Taking a look at the action figure, we do have bands. We could see right there on the wrists, and we have 2 on the feet. We actually have one right here on the weapon itself, and I don't see any on the game pieces. So we'll be able to get the game pieces out pretty easy. And those bands are really annoying. I found that all you have to do really is stretch them like this, and then reach some sort of scissors or some sort of cutting tool down inside there, and then just clip it, and then just drop the piece in, and then you have like this dish full of pieces you could just discard. Here's the comic book, taking a look at this. This is pretty cool. Honor Amongst Thieves, we saw this already with the Clawful action figure. So we already read through this. If you'd like to check that out, the Clawful videos was a lot of fun. That action figure was absolutely beautiful and super accurate to the cartoon. And he came with this right here, actually. This is the Horn of Evil. Spikor didn't blow the Horn of Evil in that particular episode. It was actually Trapjaw. At least I don't think Spikor did. I don't really remember 100%. But that's also available here on YouTube. If you just search for Dree L's Return, He-Man the Masters of the Universe, it should show up. But yeah, I love the fact that we're seeing Stinkor. Like, I don't think Stinkor was even in the original cartoon. But since he's here, he has to be teased. Like, we need a Stinkor, right? So is Mattel finally going to, like, make one that, like, fits the show? Makes it look like it fits in with the cartoon collection? Because that would be awesome. I doubt that they would do that soon, though. I feel like they have so many characters to cover already. Still, even though they released a lot. They haven't released any doubles yet, except for Skeletor with the V-Friends issue. So here we go on the back cartoon collection. We do have that cross sale right there. Very, very cool. 2024 Mattel. I think this is the very first thing I've seen. This says 2024 on it. Anyways, I'm going to cut all of these bands and I will return in just a second. Okay, here he is, my friends. Let's take a look at the instructions so we know how to change stuff up with this action figure. So first we could see we can remove the head. You know, typical Masters of the Universe Origins. As we see right here, it's meant to be removed for swapping parts with other action figures. You can remove the arms, the shoulders, the hands do have wrist pegs. And moving down to the waist, you could break the action figure in half. At the waist, there's a peg there. We'll see that later. And then if you want to remove the shins and the feet, essentially the boots, there's a boot cut right there you can remove, and there's pegs in there. And again, most of the Masters of the Universe Origin-style action figures should be able to fit the connecting system. Okay, so let's take a look at the action figure details next. Look at that head sculpt. That's amazing to me. I love seeing like his face in 3D from the cartoon. Like, I'm so used to seeing the original Spikor, like the one from the 1980s, or the original Spikor released in Masters of the Universe Origins, and seeing this is that's just so cool. All of the spikes are rubber, like soft rubber. Like, even though this is spike, this probably hurt. Honestly, if you stepped on it, I feel like it would hurt. it would hurt pretty darn hard, like if the head were on the floor. So be careful if you're a parent of kids and you're giving this to your kids. These spikes are also rubber right here, as you can see right there. It kind of bends. I really love the light blue that they put right there on the armor. Very cool. I think it's kind of like a big cross, and then it goes down the back also. On the back it says 2023 Mattel. So this is another 2023 buck, I'm guessing, or made in 2023. Very cool. I love the skin tone, and it matches on the bracers right here on the wrist. And we could see that the pegs, it looks like they just both go into the palm. I love the orange, very cool. So we have many colors here in the palette. We have black, we have yellow, we have white, we have light blue, dark blue, this magenta pink color, and then orange. It's not a super bright orange, but it looks really good, like straight from the cartoon could. And it's that typical Masters of the Universe Cartoon Collection belt that we see with all of the action figures. Very small loincloth in the pelvis. We have the same arms and legs, I'm guessing, as He-Man, honestly, just cast in a different color plastic. Even the boots kind of look more like Masters of the Universe Origins He-Man boots, but they're just cast in black plastic. It's kind of shiny. It's a little bit shiny, so is the loincloth, as you can see the light. But everything else is kind of matte finish. The light blue is a little bit shiny, but not really. Everything's kind of flat on this, And the boots and the loincloth being shiny, it's not too bad. It just reflects enough light so that you could see some of those really good sculpted details. Like, take a look at that boot. Very cool. And the leg and everything. Like, this is really, really cool looking action figure. So as far as the armor goes, yeah, that's definitely like part of this. This is it. This is all you get. This torso is the torso. I don't think this stuff is coming off of here. Yeah, it's not moving. Plus, didn't really say in the instructions that we looked at that it did anyways. So next we're going to be taking a look at articulation, my friends. Again, Masters of the Universe Origins. So we have great head tilt, and that is due to the head sculpt and the chin, especially the neck, and like underneath the jaw right here. The peg does move like this. Like, you do have that joystick movement, so you can move like this too. Very cool. We take a look at the peg. You can see right there, it does move. And this is the inside. Oh, that's kind of neat. He is silver. He's cast in a silver rubber. Like, this feels like rubber to me. And again, so do the spikes on here. Very cool. Moving down to the arm, we have the typical Masters of the Universe Origin style peg right there. Should come out pretty easy. It did. Way, way easier than I'd say too bad. But look at, there's an extra piece of plastic from it. The manufacturing process. Kind of neat. So the peg system, if you don't know, points down towards the pelvis. So whenever you put this in, it kind of points down this way. The hinge lets you go out, and because of the peg, you get 360 moving down to the elbow right here. It's on a peg, but it doesn't come out. At least it's not supposed to come out, and it does. So it can spin 360, and it does have a massive hinge, as you see right there, and it does ratchet. Very cool. Moving down to the wrist. This is definitely on a peg. We do have a hinge, and the hinge is in the palm, so you're going to get this style movement right here. Very cool. Let's take a look at that peg. It's cast in the same exact color as the skin tone, that magenta pink color. Looks really good. Again, this action figure is going to look fantastic standing next to the rest of the evil warriors of Snake Mountain from your cartoon collection in your display. Moving down to the waist, we could break the waist in half, just like you see right there. We do have the Masters of the Universe Origin style peg for the pelvis. Very cool. And you can see that peg hole. We already kind of took a look at that and already saw this in action. Moving down to the pelvis, we do not have the extra cutout, so we can't remove the legs like we could on Tuvar and Badra. But we do see that there is that barbell style peg inside there. Very cool. So you do get a very good range of articulation, and because of the the head, it's just the head tilt is just incredible. So even looking up, like, that's awesome. So he could definitely see where he's kicking, if he is in fact kicking, attempting to kick a heroic warrior. You could definitely put him in that position. He could see, and it looks kind of natural. Moving down to the knees, this is definitely on a peg, the whole bottom half of the leg from here to here, but it's not supposed to come out. If it comes out, that means it's broken, essentially. But we get that spin, 360 spin. There's also a hinge. Take a look at the back. The hinge is very nice because there's also a cut in the bottom of the calf, or I'm sorry, the top of the calf and in the bottom of the thigh. So as you see, it can like kind of go in there so you get more articulation. Very smart on Mattel's behalf. Moving down to the boot cut that we talked about before. It's just regular peg right there, and you can see that this boot has an L on it because this is his left boot. I don't know if you can see that in the reflection. Normal peg, so you can use other folks' boots if you want to swap parts, or if you want to put these boots on another action figure, you totally could. I don't think I have a pair of like regular black wrap boots like this now. I think this is the first pair I got as far as my Origin collection goes. I didn't start collecting Origins until Cartoon Collection and Turtles of Grayskull, though I did have a Skeletor, if that counts. I don't know. Moving down to the foot, we do have a rocker on the foot. Very cool. And we have a hinge too. You can kind of see the range of motion there is nuts. The rocker's awesome because you can get him to, you know, get into a powerful battle position, right? And have his feet flat on the ground, as you see right there. Whoosh. Well, it's very cool. So you can make him stand up straight, or I'm sorry, have his feet flat on the ground while his legs are spread apart in a battle position. But that is the articulation and the details. I think that this action figure looks and acts perfect. Because this is Masters of the Universe Cartoon Collection, we can straighten the leg out. Not completely because of how muscular it is, but it's more natural. Like, this looks very natural to me, this shape, right? It's almost like a backwards S. So very cool. I love this. Absolutely love this action figure. Now let's take a look at accessories. Here are the two game pieces we get right here. The yellow one I think was worth 100 points, and there was a lot of those. And then there was the red that was worth 2,000 points. They were just like globes, essentially, and these things up here were buttons. And when you found it, you picked it up and you pressed down on the button and you got the points. On the alien ship that was just kind of hovering over Eternia, that was ruling over the game or watching the game carry out. But these aren't spheres, as you see right there. They're not globes. They do have handles on them so that the action figure can hold these in the gripping hand. So let's go ahead and, actually, he never got the 2000 one. Let's give him a 100 one. So, oops. Yeah, you can see right there. Yeah, so he can hold it. I kind of wish that he had like an open hand, so you could put him in this position like he was like slapping down on the button. But yeah, this is him. Essentially just getting a game piece. Very cool. Look at these colors, man. I don't know what this is so beautiful. It's like a piece of pop art, right? Like I don't know how else to explain it. This just looks so good. But we're on to accessories, right? Let's take a really close look at this little red thing right here. Again, this is a game piece. It's made out of translucent red plastic. And it just looks great. This looks fantastic. I don't know. What if they just gave him the open hand like this, like that Merman had, right? Merman had a hand so he can hold the pearl, right? I don't know. I'm really, really hoping that Mattel gives us like some sort of Hands and Heads extra pack, right? That we could purchase. Put it on Mattel Creations. Mattel, if you're listening, please just give us more hand positions. Give us something like this or like this, you know? We don't need anything vulgar. We just want to take lots of toy photos because these are amazing products that you made. Anyways, moving on to the Trident. This is like a rubbery material up here, but it's not too flexible. Like, it's rigid enough to stay in place, I feel like. And it's very shiny, as you see right there. It's like, it's giving off like that bowling ball effect, right? Where it has like shimmer inside of it, or maybe glitter inside of the casted rubber or whatever. It's definitely a separate piece, I feel like, because I don't think I've ever seen paint that great. Look at that. That's like around the edge right there at the base where it connects to the big orange part. It's flawless. Pretty sure this is also rubber. It's just pretty dense, or solid rather. The connector goes side to side. So this is the wrist connector, and it does have a hinge. The hinge goes like this, like side to side. And yeah, we could just go ahead and connect that to his arm. Just like that, right? Look at that. This is like on the pegs. Well, it should be on the pegs, like at Target or Walmart. At retail price, it looks this good. Truly, I'm truly taken aback. This is a piece of artwork. Honestly, it obviously is. Someone sculpted this. You can imagine this as just like a little statue that someone sculpted and put on Etsy, but then someone found it and then gave it articulation. Like, this is crazy. I don't understand this still. Anyways, yeah, so let's take a close look at this hand. This is just the regular grip hand that came on the action figure by default. And you could see, like, it's like a normal human hand. I know that some of the antagonist action figures come with like hands that kind of look like claws a little bit, or have, yeah, like pointy nails or something, like Skeletor, or even I'm pretty sure Zodak came like that. Not Zodak, yeah, Zodak did actually. Yeah, so I don't know. These are just regular human hands. Very cool. I'm super duper happy with this action figure. I think this is flawless. This was a flawless execution. These colors look absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to see what this looks like standing next to the rest of the evil warriors of Snake Mountain on my display, or even in toy photos. I love this. So this has been the Toy Box Nostalgia unboxing and review and super duper close look at the absolute brand new 2024 Mattel Cartoon Collection SPIKOR. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm so happy that you stuck to the end, my friends. If you haven't hit that like button, please do so. I'd also love to know what you think of this action figure, so please drop a comment below letting me know what you think of the Cartoon Collection SPIKOR. I truly think that Mattel knocked it out of the park with this one. This is a perfect execution of a 3D representation of what SPIKOR should have looked like, from the Filmation cartoon to the toy in our hand. Thank you so much again for joining me and sticking to the end. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your week, my friends, and remember, collect and shoot.